Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Right now at 11, a young father killed just doing his job.
It's a hard blow. He did not deserve this right here.
Tonight, police are searching for the person who shot this security guard at a Detroit wellness center. Police say the shooter was asked to leave that clinic on Detroit's east side, but then came back and opened fire.
Deontay Davis was killed and another security guard shot as well. Pamela Osborne is live outside Detroit Police headquarters. Pam, you talked to people who knew Davis tonight.
Yeah, they're simply devastated by all of this. You mentioned that Davis was a young father. Well, he had another child on the way, certainly a child they were looking forward to welcoming into this world. It makes it all the more difficult that he will miss out on that because of what happened today.
This was senseless, and it's just words can't explain how I feel.
They weren't related by blood, but Andre Davis says Deontay Davis was like a brother to him. Deontay worked as a security guard at the Team Wellness Center east on Mount Elliott. It's what he was doing Wednesday afternoon when something went wrong.
I just heard a lot of gunshots and I seen a lot of people running from the building.
According to police, a man who did not live at the center was asked to leave. The same man returned later with a gun.
He had his hand kind of in his coat pocket. They asked him to open his coat pocket up, and he drew a weapon and fired shots.
Deontay and another security guard were shot. Deontay Davis did not survive.
That's our job. That's what we're here for, to protect the people that's handicapped, mentally ill, and at duty. He loses life on duty, trying to protect the people here.
And after that shooting, another co-worker from inside of that building tried to chase down that gunman, but he was able to get away. I just checked in with police shortly before we came on air tonight. They say that they are still not releasing an image or a name of the person that they are looking for, but that person is considered to be armed and dangerous this evening. That second security guard, he is expected to survive. Meanwhile, their employer, Team Wellness, releasing a statement tonight saying they're shocked, they're saddened by what happened, and praying for everyone involved. Reporting live tonight outside of police headquarters, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pam, thank you.
Now to breaking news. Police have just taken a murder suspect into custody after he barricaded himself inside a home with a woman and child.
Tim Pamplin is on Detroit's west side with the night cam. Tim.
We're along Tireman between Hubble and Greenfield. On the west side of Detroit, the standoff lasting a short time. Police declaring a barricaded gunman pulled out the SRT, the armored personnel carriers, as they surrounded this home. Inside, a man, a woman, and a child. The man wanted for a shooting on the east side. Police had the house under surveillance. He refused to come out when they approached. Let the lady and the child out. They're safe. But the man barricaded himself in there. Again, after some negotiation by the Detroit police team, they were able to get this man out. He's in the back of a police cruiser there. He's heading downtown. But again, a suspect on an east side shooting taken into custody after a brief standoff and neighborhood lockdown on the west side. That is the scene. A long time, and with the night cam tonight, Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
All right, Tim, now to the wind. We actually have a possibility that we could see power outages cause tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you can already see it's pretty strong out there right now. Paul, the wind will really pick up for the morning drive.
Yep, and what's interesting about that shot is those flags are aloft, where the wind is a lot stronger aloft than it is here at the surface. It's because of a temperature inversion, and we just haven't brought that wind down to the surface yet, but we will. Wind advisory kicks in at midnight, goes until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Right now, look at the surface wind. Again, the surface wind is very light. Again, you just saw that Skycam shot. There's wind up there. We just haven't gotten it down here yet. All right, let's talk about our power outage index. It's a computer model that takes into account things like wind, ice, things like that. And as we get toward the time many of us are waking up, a lot of the activity in terms of the potential for power outages coming off of Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair, where the wind is stronger, a little bit here to the southwest, but watch the area migrate. By mid-morning, more in the thumb, and then you can see everything is going to start to peel off as we move into the afternoon. But the kids are going to have a tough one at the bus stop tomorrow with 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts. I'll have more details coming up in just a few, guys.
Former President Donald Trump is holding a rally in Macomb County this weekend, and tonight fire officials are raising concerns about where he's having it.
Former president will appear at the Michigan Stars Sports Center up in Washington Township Saturday night. Fire marshal says he's worried about how many people can fit inside and where they'll park. Mara McDonald live with where things stand tonight. Mara.
Hi, Devin. Take a look behind me. You can see they've already really started the setup out here. And after a lot of discussions over the last 24 hours, according to the township supervisor, just about everything has been resolved. Let me show you. Setup for this Saturday's rally is well underway despite concerns over capacity and parking. According to Washington Township Supervisor Sam Praviti, after a lot of back and forth between the township, the fire department, the sheriff's department, the Trump Organization, and the Secret Service, Saturday's ago.
It's been a whirlwind. Everything's just fallen into place in the last 36 to 48 hours.
The rally is being held at Michigan Stars Sports Center.
Hello, Michigan. Hello, Michigan.
Which has hosted the former president and his son in the past at 2 different rallies. So why the concern this time around about parking and capacity? For starters, in 2018, the township owned 85 acres around the facility where people could park. They don't anymore. Trump's organization will be paying the new landowner to use the vacant property. Praviti says the #1 question his office is getting: are township taxpayers going to be on the hook for the bill?
Everything's being covered between Secret Service, Michigan Star Stadium, and the Trump team. They've covered all expenses for the fire department, the local sheriff, that's our Macomb County Sheriff, that's taking care of everything, and any incidentals that happen to the property.
Back here live, the township has put a bulletin up on its website letting people know expect extremely heavy traffic around the 30-mile and Van Dyke area on Saturday. Devin, Kimberly, we're live in Washington Township tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Mara, I'm curious what kind of crowds they're expecting. These can be really tricky things to predict, I guess.
And, you know, they're in a tricky spot, Devin. I think nobody is really sure what to expect right now. So they're going off the last total, which is about 10,000. Now, that doesn't mean there are going to be 10,000 people inside. Fire marshal is going to cap that probably around 5,000. But you could have another 5,000 out here. Bottom line, they don't know. But I think that 10,000 marker is essentially the highest that they're expecting.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Yeah. All right, Mara. New tonight, President Biden is expected to announce a new plan to combat rising gas prices. Associated Press, citing sources, says the president is preparing to order the release of up to 1 million barrels of oil per day from the nation's Strategic Petroleum Reserve. That could last several months. Gas prices, of course, have jumped significantly in the pandemic recovery and now under further pressure from the war in Ukraine. The announcement could come as soon as tomorrow.
An incredibly emotional day in court for the family of Zion Foster. 17-year-old went missing in East Point back in January. Today, her cousin, Jalen Brazier, was sentenced for lying to police about her disappearance. Brazier eventually told police he threw Zion's body in a dumpster because she stopped breathing while they were smoking marijuana. Both he and Zion's mother cried in the courtroom.
I stayed up for nights, for days. God, please don't let my baby be dead.
I literally did not know what to do. I sat for at least 10 minutes sitting there. Like, what do I do? Who do I call?
Police say Brazier withheld critical information for weeks, and Zion's mother says he even helped search for the teen. Brazier was sentenced to between 2 and 4 years in prison. Zion's mother says that's not enough.
What if you were so high you didn't know she was alive? And you just threw her in a dumpster in the constant case? That means that my baby was crushed in the process of how trash is taken and picked up and placed in a landfill where she will never be found.
I wish I could take it back. I would have called the ambulance, called her mom, because her mom's so sweet.
Zion's body still has not been found. When asked if more charges are possible, the prosecutor's office says it's waiting for more information from Detroit police.
The defense has taken over now in the trial for 4 men charged with plotting to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Prosecution wrapped up its case today. The jury heard from the longtime girlfriend of defendant Barry Croft, who described him as anti-government. Tough start for the defense, with at least 5 people saying they will assert their right to remain silent if called to the witness stand. The judge is pressing defense attorneys to decide whether any of the 4 defendants are going to testify. we keep following it. Got a positive update to a story we brought you earlier this week.
The community has really stepped up after a dozen bikes meant for Detroit students were stolen. The bikes were in a truck that was taken from the Peace Nonprofits facility in Lincoln Park. The stolen truck was found, but it was damaged and the bikes were gone. The nonprofit says donations are pouring in, with Local 4 viewers donating more than a dozen bicycles. And a local business owner is offering to pay to repair that damaged truck. The nonprofit teaches people with disabilities how to ride bikes.